Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Simple Stories. I am using the Life Captured collection, which is actually a pocket page style, generic life documented style paper collection. So all of the 12 papers have journaling cards on the reverse, and you could use them really easily in your pocket scrapbooking. Now, I don't do pocket scrapbooking, so therefore I'm using the other sides of the papers for their beautiful patterns, of which there are many. So I've chosen this colour scheme. So I'm actually going to scrapbook a school photo. So my daughter has gone to secondary school, and has only just started. So this is her school photo, and it's a beautiful photo as well, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I thought that I should scrap it, and normally I try and wait for specific school collections, but actually I saw this sheet of affirmations in the sticker book, and I just thought they were awesome, and they reminded me of kind of school and stationery because they're not chalkboards, are they? They're like those boards that they're fabric and they have gaps and you push the letters into. I don't know what they're called. Some kind of display board. But anyway, and they have all these different sayings. And I have a say the photo of my daughter they've got this blue background, which actually I'm not overly keen on. But so therefore, choosing the blue hearts paper was ideal because that really tied in the blue in the background of the photo, which you can't see at the moment, but will appear in a moment. I also really liked the kraft. Now, kraft is not my favourite colour because I don't like anything that's brown, basically. However, this is really light kraft, and it's actually lovely, and it's got white polka dots on, and it reminded me of a corkboard. Anyway, definitely feels like school elements on this layout, even though this is not a school themed collection in any way, shape or form. It does have some stationery in it, but other than that, it's not school themed at all. Okay, so all of these little affirmations. There's a whole sheet of these in the sticker book. There's the photo. I loved them all so much, but I just felt that they needed a white border. So I have spent a little bit of time sticking each one onto some white card, and then I just fussy cut those out and then just dress the edges. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 11. I was right. That seems like an odd number. But I have 11 of them used on this page, all of them with little white edges as well. So I've gone for the white background. I've got the blue hearts paper. I do love that paper. Blue with ditsy hearts, and the hearts are all different colours. They're really very, very pretty. And then followed by the kraft polka dot paper. I'm going to layer those on top of each other onto the white background. And I'm going to offset them so they are a bit wonky, like that. There we go. Offset is probably the better word than wonky. So now I have to decide what I'm going to do with all of those affirmations. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to actually use them, if they're going to work. I wanted a decent, like a proper formation of rows, but then the photo's an odd size, and I didn't think that would work at all. And then I couldn't put her in the middle because that wouldn't have worked. So in the end, this is what I settled on. I settled on 2 rows of 3 either side of the photo, and a row of 5 at the bottom, and I thought that kind of worked. So I was happy with how that looked. There's quite a big gap around the photo. The little affirmations are the gap is very narrow. Anyway, then I came across this clipboard which was in the journaling bits, and I thought, oh, how cute is that? So I thought I would see if I could add her to the clipboard. There we go, and it just works so perfectly. So I cut out the little clip part, and then I could actually tuck her under that clip. So yeah, it looks very, very cute, and she does look like she's pinned to a corkboard. Okay, so moving on slightly, I've sewn around the outside edges of both of those big paper layers. I've just used machine stitching, and I use a navy blue thread to pull in the whole blue tones of this layout. And off camera as well, I got all of my affirmations stuck down, I got my photo stuck down, and then I also found the small alphabet stickers in the sticker book, and I've made the word year using those little stickers, but again I've stuck them onto white card so that they could have a small outline, well, a small gap between each letter, and then I could cut the white cardstock as an outline around the edge, and that just makes it stand out better. It just would have looked, and it also means I can raise it up on foam pads, so it looks a lot better like that than if they were just stuck flat onto the page. So that's why I do that. It's a good little tip to make things stand out a little bit more. And then I found the year 7, well, actually the number 7, which was in the bits and pieces pack. So all the numbers are in there. And I'll be really cross if I decide one day that I want to make a layout with like numbers 1 to 12, because I will find that number 7 is missing. But never mind. Sometimes I make like a 10 things about you layout, and those numbers are first. It's the first thing that jumps to mind is to use numbers like that. But on this occasion, I just wanted to use year 7 as my title. So now I pulled out all the little stationery style pieces from the ephemera, so from the bits and pieces pack, and any little bits that were in the journaling bits as well. And also some of the chipboard pieces as well. There's a pencil pot and a tape dispenser, and some flowers that are all chipboard and some of the hearts. And then I've also got ephemera pieces of pencil pots and more pencils and pens and bulldog clips, and there's a ruler, that's chipboard. And little paper clips, a big clip for above a clipboard. So basically, I just pulled out everything little, and I stuck those onto the layout. So I just embellished all of those little tiny affirmations with something small each. Now, I don't think every single one has got something. Oh, maybe it has. Whether it be a heart, a push pin, a paper clip, an eraser, a bulldog clip, and then obviously I've got slightly bigger clusters to the right of the photo, and then end up with a slightly bigger cluster to the left of the bottom left affirmation as well, the one that says hello today. So this is just taking a little bit of time to, it's a bit fiddly because all the bits are quite little. And if you know me well, then you know that I really like foam pads. So everything on this layout is raised. So anyway, there was lots of little fiddly bits to get raised up on foam pads. But I'm loving how that's looking. I'm just feeling right now that I need something bigger down at the bottom left in order to offset the cluster over on the right hand side that's with the photo. So I'm just, sorry about the apologies for the shot of the top of my head there. So I'm just going to not mirror it, but balance that out by putting something on the bottom left as well. So I've got that pencil pot there. That's going to go on. Oh, by the way, quite a lot of the time I raise up my chipboard, and that's because I find that chipboard tends to ping off layouts, and that's nothing to do with the adhesive, but it's just because chipboard is not flexible. So if a layout moves, which it will do because it's paper and it is flexible, then sometimes I find that the chipboard pieces ping off, which is very frustrating. So I tend to either use something like glossy accents to hold them in place, sew through them, or raise them on foam pads. And because obviously I told you already I have a real love for foam pads, that's often the option I choose. But also that means that then it's flexible because it's on foam. So it definitely works well. Okay, so just going to get those last little bits stuck down. I've got the flower in, and I've got the tape dispenser in. I've got little paper clips that I've cut out and actually clipped onto my little affirmation boards. I've stuck those in place though because I don't think they're going to stay well enough without. Now I'm just going to write a little bit of journaling. Now I don't have much spare space, so I'm writing directly onto that kraft paper, which is dotty, so it's a bit tricky to read, but it's okay in real life. It probably won't be any good in the photographs, but it is readable in real life. So just put my my little bit of journaling there, and now I'm going to just splatter using some white paint over those two big cluster areas, so over on the right hand side and on the left corner as well. And there you go. That is pretty much my layout complete. I actually really love how this one turned out. Considering I don't necessarily like grid designs that much, and definitely not my go-to. This one works super well with those little affirmations. I just love them. I think they're adorable. So there you go. That is that layout complete. Thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Life Captured.